Hi there. I guess it was about time for me to make another video. A little while ago I talked about how I really needed to get back into writing, and some people sort of pointed out the fact that what I'm doing here, being a similar creative output, uh, is really replacing it. And although I don't disagree with that, here is the issue I have with it. Here I have a photography channel. And I don't want to stray too far away from that. If it becomes a channel about all sorts of things, it'll tend to just kind of fall through the cracks, I'm sure. Because you basically may have different audiences for different things. Now, I could start another YouTube channel, but then I would feel obligated to be producing content for those channels. Now I stick with photography, and it's working out well for me for the most part. At times I have stressed too much on gear. At times I have tried to avoid gear altogether. Right now, I think really is a point where I am trying to find my own way. For instance, let's take this little statement that so many have made in the past, that you should not compare your work to other photographers. Instead, the only one you should compare it to is yourself. Although I've said that, and although I've claimed to believe that, it has only been recently that I have sat down and actually gone back through the best of my images. Not everything. I mean, I have quite a bit, over nearly 2 terabytes of images, that most of which are not very good. Now, I know 2 terabytes doesn't sound like a lot to anyone who is heavily into photography, but remember, I am very much an amateur. I am very much someone who just dabbles in photography for the enjoyment of it. Anyhow, in going back through my images, in particular the images that I had put on Instagram, I noticed that there was a certain degree of consistency to them. I noticed that some of them, now that I'm looking at them from a fresh view, looking at them from, in some cases, literally years since I've put them there, I'm beginning to see the value of them. I'm beginning to see that my images were possibly a lot better than I gave them credit for. And let's face it, when you start admitting to yourself that maybe your stuff isn't garbage, that's not a case of, oh, look at me, I'm the best photographer in the world. It's just a case of having just a little bit of contentment with your images. I'm starting to find that contentment. And I think that's something everybody needs. Now, that doesn't mean I'm not going to go out and try to make better images. I mean, all of the images I looked at had flaws. I mean, every image I've taken has some flaw or other. Seeing the flaws, finding the flaws, looking at ways to avoid the same pitfalls in the future, that is what growth in photography is all about. And hopefully what I can do over the next little while, over the next year, 2 years, whatever it takes, hopefully there will be fewer and fewer of these pitfalls, that the images will be better. Remember, practice is everything. I mean, my writing, lately I've found my writing is rather flat and lifeless. And then I stopped to think that when it wasn't flat and lifeless, it was my main creative outlet. It was where I put most of my efforts. And it went across a variety of topics that interested me. When I got into this video, now I'm sticking with basically one area, photography. There is less variety. And just like this video is right now, most of my videos are made basically off the cuff. I know what I want to say. I don't write it down. There is no script. Since there is no script, there has been no writing involved. Putting these words down on paper may be a help, but it would not be a help in producing the video. It would be help in producing print for my blog. So I'm going to try and do both. I'm going to try and assign more time to sitting down and writing. And if I can do that, if I can put that time in, then, well, I think I will have made myself feel better, because my photography is getting there. My photography is getting much closer to where I would like it to be. Now all I've got to do is work on my writing as well. I think that 2 outlets are not too excessive. Anyhow, if you like this video, please give me a like. If you would like to see more of my videos, then subscribe to this channel. And of course, if you think anybody can get anything positive from this or any of my other videos, by all means share them. Bye for now.